But don't we all sometimes feel like some of our salah wasn't perfect? So after Allah looks at your prayer, Allah calls and says, هَلْ لِعَبْدِي مِن تَطَوُّعٍ? Does my servant have any voluntary prayers? Imagine Allah is the one who's holding you accountable, and He's making excuses for you and finding ways out for you already. So Allah says, bring the voluntary prayers and patch up whatever deficiencies are left in that prayer. And the Prophet ﷺ said, ثُمَّ يَكُونُ سَائِرَ عَمَلِهِ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. And that's how Allah is going to deal with all of your deeds. So when your Ramadan is brought forward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, is there any voluntary fast? And Allah patches up your obligatory fast with the voluntary fast. And then your zakat is brought forward. And Allah says, does He have any sadaqah, any voluntary charity? And Allah patches up the zakat with the voluntary charity. And He does that with all of your deeds. Now remember how those under the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are all al-muqarrabun, those who are close to Him? The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah has said, وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدِي بِشَيْءٍ أَحَبَّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا افْتَرَضْتُهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيَّ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ. That my servant does not come close to me with anything more beloved to me than the obligatory deeds. And then he continues to come close to me with the voluntary deeds until I love him. So qurb, which is closeness to Allah, that we all hope would count us from the muqarrabun on the Day of Judgment and count us amongst those who are under His shade. Qurb is attained by first doing the obligatory deeds. Then it's the voluntary ones. And there is no way you're going to be able to claim closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you're ignoring the call to prayer. And if you're tasting the sweetness of prayer, here's the beauty of it. You'll start to pray more than 5 times a day. And the beauty of that is that every single meaningful prayer inevitably leads to the next prayer being less deficient, so less holes. And so your prayers are getting better. And you're doing more of them. So both the quality is increasing, which means less deficiency, and because you're enjoying your prayer now, the quantity is increasing more, which means that there's more to fill any remaining deficiencies. And on the Day of Judgment, every single one of them, the 5 prayers, the sunnahs, the witrs, the taraweehs, the tahajjud, they come forth as a form of light, as a proof for you, as beauty, and as salvation. So in this world, if you really understood Hayya ala salah, come to the prayer, you're now witnessing the fruit of Hayya ala al-falah, come to true success. Because here is that success.